Have a guest with us today. Matt, how you doing?
Pretty good, Doug. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good, Matt. Thanks for joining me on MessenRadio.com.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, so you guys started off 4-6. You're now 9-7-1. What changed?
I think we got off to not so great of a start in December. We had a first good week where we felt we had a good game against Wall. We beat Southern Regional, and all of a sudden, we lost 5-3 against South Brunswick, and we just had a little bit of a slew of just losing games. And ironically, after we won 13-3 over South Brunswick in our first game in January, then we kept rolling again. It's been an inconsistent season. That's what it has been.
You guys play a Colonia tomorrow. Can you tell me about them?
Colonia is a good team that has a good line. Besides that, they don't have as much depth as our team. We need to be focused on shutting that top line down to the best of our ability, because that's what killed us in the last game, and to try to put pucks in the net. We only scored one goal against that team last time, and we should have probably buried them with the amount of chances that we had. It's a very winnable game if we just play the right way.
Yeah, you guys lost to them 4-1 in December, so I assume we could be the better team this time.
Exactly. Like I said before, we lost to South Brunswick 5-3, and we ended up beating them 13-3 just a couple weeks later. So I have full confidence in the team that we could just pull it around and get ourselves a win on tomorrow.
What does a win tomorrow mean going forward to GMCs?
It's a statement game. Unfortunately, Colonia is going to be ranked higher than us, but we want to prove that we're the top team in the GMC, and we need to beat Woodbridge, obviously, in order to do that.
I want to take a moment to talk about the class of 2018 because we do honor them tomorrow. They've been here, and they've actually accomplished something that I don't think any other class have. They made it to the States each of their first 3 years. What does this core mean to the not franchise, but the town of Monroe?
It means a lot. I mean, I think it's one of the best classes, if not the best class that Monroe has ever had. It's the reason why we have such a good team right now. It's not just that they're good players, they're good teammates, and they just have good roles on the team. Everybody has a specific role in order for us to be successful. You talk about, I'm just going to list maybe a few names here. Kyle Lang right now, he's our leading point production, our leading scorer with 33 points. Conover on that first line again, he's putting up a great amount of points as well. Benedetti is a good power forward, one of our best power forwards. He's tall, strong. Dom, he's one of our best, defensive forwards, and we have other production from other seniors like Lane, and even a guy like Austin Ploy. He got a lot. He improved a lot since where he started and since he's moved to D. So I mean, just the role that they play, the talent that they bring, the good teammates that they are. It's just I'm privileged to play with them for 3 years.
And I did speak to Dom earlier in the season, and I think it was against Wall. You had a lead going to the third. Unfortunately, you guys blew it. And then the same thing happened against St. Joe's. You had a lead 3-2. You had an opportunity to win the game, take the lead with a penalty shot. But he said that you guys need to play a full 45-minute game. And it seems like you have the past month. What really changed?
Well, we're still not there yet. We're not playing exactly all 45 minutes each and every night, but it's getting a lot better. Against the good teams, it's a pattern where we're forced to play that good 45-minute game for the most part. But we're a talented team, but we're not that talented where we could just walk over anybody that we want. We need to put up a consistent game against every single team that we play. Whether that's going to be St. Joe's, that's when we're going to verse them soon, hopefully, or whether that's a South Brunswick or a lower ranked team. Talent, like we have a good amount of talent, but we have to work harder, especially when playoffs are coming up. It's going to be really crucial.
I know we played well last year, and the final half of the season, it seems like it's doing well again. But my another question I have for you is, what do you see in Kyle? Because he went from being a bottom row player to being the leading team point getter.
I think with him, it's just he's one of the smartest hockey players I know. His hockey IQ, I think, is the best of the team. He's always in position. It's one of the reasons why I feel that he's on the top line, not just because of his offensive production, not because he's leading in points. Really, just where he's going to be on the ice. That's as a defenseman. You need that. You need a forward to be where he is when you're giving the breakout pass. You need to know that he's always going to cover back for you if you go, offensively yourself. Just the positioning, the hockey IQ, the smarts. That's what I think makes him a better player than the rest of the kids.
In his 4 years, he went from 10 points to 20 to 24 to 33. Would you say he's your MVP?
I mean, there's a lot of good guys on the team. Kyle Lang, he's a great player, but he's one of many good players on our team. He's up there. I can't really say who's an MVP or not, but he's a very good player, and I'm lucky enough to be able to play with him.
The top 5 in points is Kyle with 33, then Sam with 29, then Michael with 27, Gleb with 26, and yourself with 25. So it's been a whole team game.
Yeah, you look at the points right there. It's been close. So you're not getting production just from one player, obviously. You're getting production from a lot of players. That's who we are as a team. A lot of high school teams, they rely, maybe even us in the past, where we rely on like one guy to try to put up as many goals as points as possible, and a lot of high school teams do that. Here, we rely on our depth in a way. It's a good thing because we know that we have the depth and talent in all 3 of our forward lines, and even in our defensemen. But at the same time, we don't have that one guy to look up to, like a Gerard Moretto who could just put the puck in wherever he wants. So, the production has been coming from everybody, but I still want to see some other guys getting more production as well when the postseason comes up.
Yeah, the leading goal this year is Kyle with 14. That's the least since 2015, 2016, where Gerard had 24 goals. So it hasn't been one guy; it's been everybody the past 2 years.
Yeah, but it's been everybody. That's true.
It's a team game, and that's why I think we are where we are today.
Yeah, definitely. Hockey is. There's a reason why underdogs do well in this sport in hockey. You look at a basketball team, if you look at the NBA Finals, you know which teams are going to go make a long run just based on their roster
and
the
based
Warriors. On their all-star talent. Hockey, you can't predict that. The Penguins, they went up to Game 7 way before the Stanley Cup Final, but they still managed to win. Not to say that, yes, they do have all-star talent, but it's everybody because, like the Penguins and like us, they had players that did their own roles, guys that are not mentioned that do their own role. That's the same thing that we have in our team.
Connor Sherry. Connor Sherry is one of them.
Yeah, Connor Sherry and some of the defensemen. I know Ian Cole had done a great job in blocking shots. There's Sherry, he's done a good job on the penalty kill. Their rookies stepped up. And that's the same thing in our team. We have guys that play a good defensive game. We have guys that play a good offensive game, guys that are good positionally. But when we lose games, we just have guys that don't do those roles. So when we have guys that don't do those roles, like let's say if Kyle doesn't put up the points that he does in one game, that hurts our team, and that's why I think that sometimes that we're losing, because guys, they have a certain role in the team that sometimes they're not fulfilling to. But then again, when we're winning games, they're playing their roles out, and that's why we're winning.
All right, final question. What do you have to say about your goaltending? You have James Siravo, who's 3-1, Charlie, who's 4-2, and Marino Lupa, who is 2-4 with a tie. It's been pretty consistent.
It's a competition in goals. It's been like that for the whole season, and it's still a competition right now. We have 3 good goalies, and we still have to find that one goalie. I think Marina, for the most part, has been playing on a lot of the good teams, but Siravo right now, he's coming up, and he's been good in the few games that he's played. Really, all 3 of them are good goalies, but we haven't found that one yet. And the next couple of games, they're going to really decide who's going to be in goal when it really matters in the playoffs. When we're versing St. Joe's and Old Bridge and whoever now we get in there. So it's been a competition. I'm lucky enough to be playing with those 3. But they're good goalies.
Now imagine if you had me back there.
Yeah. We would be pretty good with you there, Doug.
Yeah, we would. All right, thanks, Matt. Thanks for joining me today.
Yep, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. All right, that was Matt Skobelev on MessenRadio.com.